Okay, yo, what's up, guys? I'm sorry this took longer than it should have. I was supposed to do this yesterday, really. Just I've just been busy with like real world things, yabo. But yeah, let's just quickly do this trading plan. It's nothing hectic. The only thing we're really gonna be doing, we're just gonna be journaling, last week's trades, and then we're gonna see what went wrong and what went right, and yeah, and then after that we're gonna stream and see if we can find an entry right now. Oh, also, when I'm done journaling, remind me, I need to clear my chart. My charts look messy, bro. I need to clear my chart. I need to clear my chart. So I'm really hoping that this won't take long. Also, guys, when I am journaling, I'm actually, oh, there's a gap here. That's good. When I'm journaling, I am actually journaling. I post these things on my Reddit. The link to the Reddit is on the description of my YouTube channel. Also, I decided I will have to record a video sometime this week explaining the things that I trade. So just for confirmation again, I don't trade the same way the operandi does. I do use his name in my YouTube videos because firstly, I know it's gonna bring me an audience. Secondly, because I was inspired. Most of the things I do are kind of inspired by him. It's like I learned these things from him and then I created my own version, which is what I also would strongly encourage anyone who's watching this right now. Don't take it as it is, take it and create your own thing around it. I don't know if you can explain that because with my personal experience with trading, I've seen that it's very difficult to create someone exactly like you. That's why I'm saying the best thing you could do is learn from me and then create your own version of it. Then yeah, that way you can have your own experience. Also, it's since I've incorporated what I'm telling you about, this is the first time I know, like, you see all these trading books, all these strategies people create. I'm at a point where I'm creating my own like strategies and writing my own books because of this thing that I'm telling you, because of not taking everything 100, but be inspired from someone and create your own version. And that's how all these trading books and all these strategies are created, because people are inspired and they create their own version. And that's where all these, and the people who write these books, you would think that there's no way they know all those strategies, and trust me, they do. I know from all my strategies that I've created and everything that I've learned by myself, I know all of them. And it's easier that way because it's not like you're physically sitting down trying to learn something. It's something you've learned through experience. It's something you've learned through experience. Okay, so yeah, let's get to journaling. So moral of the story is, this week I'm going to create a video explaining the things that I trade, and then yeah, I'll just refer you guys there if you want more questions about what I'm trading. Okay, I wanna go to the beginning of last week. What time frame is this? Let's go to 5 minute. Let's go to 5 minute. Okay, this is too far back. Yeah, this is too far back. I think we're out here somewhere, right? 5th of May. Yeah, 5th of May kind of makes sense because that's a week ago. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, nah, never mind. Let's do this. So let me write Monday. Wait, why is this thing not writing? Monday, 05. May 25. And then let's say one, positions and lot size is 10,8, because standard, that's what I trade with. So when I'm looking at XAUUSD, I trade on the micro chart of the XAUUSD, and from the micro chart, the standard lot size that I use is 0,8. think it's 0.8. Yeah, it's 0.8 from the micro. Yeah. So market, obviously XAUUSD. Okay, here instruments. So under instruments, I usually put down what it is that I was looking at that kind of gave me an entry, right? So here we can see that we were looking at a 3. Here we were looking at a 3, right? And here, I remember around this time, because around 4:30, market hadn't given us a confirmation. So I said, around 4:30, market hadn't given us a confirmation. 4:30 is like around here. So it hadn't given us a confirmation. So I was like, you know what? Let's wait, and then when this thing breaks, find your entry that allows you to go down. So this was a 3, right? But at the time, I think this was around the first time I was identifying a 3. I still haven't made notes on the 3. I need to, so I can put it on the ebook. So the thing I didn't know at the time about a 3 is that when it breaks, right? When it breaks this area of price, right, with a lot of indicators, I need to wait for a confirmation below that area. So what I did last week, I didn't wait for a entry, right? I didn't wait for entry. Instead, I was like, okay, this thing has broken, and then I think I entered around here somewhere. This was only the hypothesis. This that you see here, this wasn't an actual trade that I took. This was an hypothesis. That one and this one right here. Those were hypotheses for this trade right here. I have to say that this was just so it's no comment. Okay, so this was the trade initially for Monday, right? So I'm gonna say the instrument was a 3. And how I name my strategies, it's like 1, 2, and 3, because right now I only have like 3, and then there's obviously variations of the 3. There's obviously variations of the 3. There's 1.2, and then there's is there 3 point something? I'm not yes, there is a 3.2, because the first 3 is this one where we have a area of confirmation. Then the second one, you'll see the second one did show up this week as well, last week as well. What time frame is this? This is 5-minute time frame, but this entry, where did I get this entry? Okay, so clearly I got this entry off the 1 minute, because it's not on the 5-minute. So right now, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be journaling, writing down the things that I'm just going to be journaling these trades. Because of time, I don't think I'm going to invest that much time trying to identify what went wrong. Yeah, but like we'll see. Wait, that's not where I was. Okay, I was around here somewhere. Yeah, exactly. So this was definitely on the 1 minute time frame. We entered on the 1 minute time frame, and then the session, obviously New York session, New York. Forecast. What were we looking at? We were looking at bearish, right? This is a bearish, yes. Bearish. The entry, a 3-3-1-1. Let's put that there. Our stop loss, our target. Okay, wait. Let me write the stop loss, because the stop loss is just obviously the stop loss is always 3 points. I mean 8 points. So obviously the stop loss would have to be 3-3-1-9. Because the margin for risk that I use is 8 points. The margin for risk that I use is always 8 points. Okay. So the take profits, what were my TPs? Let me just have a look. What were my take profits? What were my take profits? Okay. Let's just put this one here. Let's just put this one here. This was probably my first take profit. Let's say 3288, right? I'm not gonna put in a second TP, although it does look like I had ideas for a second take profit. Okay, let's just put that there. Okay, let's put that there. I can't really zoom out. You see, this like the disadvantage of not using a desktop, because now I can't really zoom out. Because even if I do try to zoom out, oh wait, my bad, my bad. No, I was violent. Sorry, sorry. Wait. Okay, okay. So you can already see that that's where this take profit came from. It came from the beginning of this. What is this? First layer. Yeah, it's the beginning. It's that beginning of this first layer right here. That's where that came from. Obviously, you can't see anything from here because I'm kind of going back too much now, so that's why we can't see anything there. Okay, so obviously this hit the stop loss. This didn't even give us a chance. Like it just went to our stop loss, bro. So this is so loss. So there is a column, right? There's a column in my trading plan where I I have to identify how much risk I how much money I lost from the trade. So I just say stop loss because usually stop loss is like 8 points. So that's why I don't want to really write 8 points, right? Because it should be obvious that that thing is okay. So the trade profit, and then there's also a part where I have to measure how much the trade had went into profit. So this is probably the lowest I've ever had, bro. Because from 3311 to 3309 is basically like 2 points, bro. That's the lowest, bro. I've never had something so low. Like going that low. Usually, sometimes it at least goes to like 8 points. But 2 points, I've never had like a 2 point profit margin. Like profit margin meaning from entry the trade went down a bit, you know. So did the trade go to profit or loss? It hit loss, obviously. And then the reason, what was the reason for this thing going up? Okay, I know the reason. The reason is because I entered too early. Let's say early entry. Early entry. Okay, so let's go to Tuesday's trade. Let's go to Tuesday's trade. However, I do feel like this is such a beautiful example of the strategy. I just don't have time to really identify where I would have entered here, right? Obviously, you just look at the first candles, the first indicator that's pointing for you to go up when this thing has broken above. So around here, if we had gotten an entry, then it would have entered there, set 8 points, and then look to take this thing up. So obviously that would have been the smartest thing to do. So which day is this? Oh, Tuesday. I don't think I traded Tuesday. I don't think I traded Tuesday. I remember looking at this and I don't think I did anything on Tuesday. Yeah, this is Tuesday. I didn't trade on Tuesday. Okay, so Wednesday. Wednesday 07 May 25. Obviously standard. For now this is our standard 0.8 lot size. Market obviously XAU USD. Instrument, what were we looking at when we were taking this trade? This is what I meant by 3.2. This is a 3.2. So yes, this one was a 3, right? Because we were using the square. This square. This is a 3. We were using a square. So here, I don't know what shape this is, but whatever the shape is, this is a 3.2, right? And I even drew this here just to kind of emphasize my point. So if you go back to Wednesday's live stream, you'll see where I explain all this, why I saw this and why this is a 3.2, right? So okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's say 3. Fuck. Oh no, language. 3 point 2. 3.2. Okay, 3.2 time frame. Okay, where did we get our indicator confirmation for us to take this trade? That's where the time frame is important. So we're looking to take this thing down. So obviously the confirmation is not on the 5 minute. If the confirmation is obviously not on the 5 minute, then it means it was on the 1 minute. Yet again, the same thing happened here, where I think I entered a bit too early. I think I just entered a bit too early here. I'm not really sure why I entered. Okay, I think I remember. I entered early because I was at 3:30, 4:30. Yeah, I entered early because it was at 4:30. That's why I entered early. Okay. Um. Okay. 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 You know what I'm thinking? I'm trying to consider this ghost RR, risk to reward, that I did here. This was to measure if I entered on my stop loss instead. I don't know how I'm gonna measure this. I don't know how I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna measure. I think I'm gonna add another column and say if I had entered on my stop loss, would the trade have been in profits? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, but this one was obviously in the 1 minute time frame because there's no indicator confirmation on the 5 minute time frame. So this has to be 1 minute. This has to be 1 minute, and obviously this is New York. The session. This is New York. This is a New York session, and then we're looking to take this thing down. The forecast is bearish. Forecast is obviously bearish, and then our entry looks like 3384. 3384. That's our entry, and then our target. You can probably have like this as TP1, and then this as TP2. Okay, I'm just gonna write this as TP1. Honestly speaking, yeah, I think that I'm just gonna have that as TP1. 3389. 3359. 3359. That's our take profit. I'm not gonna have a TP2. I'm just gonna do that. Oh wait, my bad. I just messed up. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a TP2. Okay, stop loss. Obviously, stop loss. You just add 8 points to the entry, so that's 3395. Or is it 93? Let me see what I wrote here, man. That's 3393. 3393. So what happened to this trade? This trade hit stop loss. SL, and then profit. How much did the trade go into profit? So I think this trade only got up until 3378, which is how many points is there really from the entry? You know what? Okay, wait, let me see. Entry what was entry? Wait, let me just check on my notes. Entry was 3384. So if 3384, so let's say 84 was entry. If 84 was entry and 78, that's like 4 obviously, and then 6, right? It's like 6 points if I'm not mistaken. So 6 points. Damn. last week was not a good week. Okay, so it only went into profits for like 6 points. Okay, yeah, last week was not a good week. Let me do this. It only went into profits for 6 points. Okay, and then did the trade the trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. The reason why did it become a loss? Because I entered early again. Early entry. Because I entered early again. That was also why this thing had become a loss. Because obviously, as you can see, from this one was the proper one, the way I was supposed to only enter after this thing had broken here. Then I would have gotten that. So I think I'm really learning to put strategy first as much as... Wait, where's my notebook? Who took my notebook? Because my notebook was right here. Now the sun's not here. Okay, I'm really learning to put strategy ahead of 430 confirmations. Like the 430 confirmation thing would have worked if I had entered on... If I entered... trading plan notes. Okay, so what's my point? Oh yeah, consider the strategies entry more than the 1630 entry. Okay, I think for now let me just write that, because once again, time. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put that at that. Let's just do this. No. You see this enter at stop loss thing? I don't want to give it my attention. I don't want to give this my attention. I don't want to give this enter at stop loss thing my attention, because I'm gonna start doing it a lot more, and then when I miss trades, I'm gonna hate myself for missing trades. But you know what? I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna really consider putting it in. I'll see. I think I'll just like shadow monitor it for now until I know what to do. So that was Wednesday. Now we're at Thursday. Let's say Thursday 08 May 25. One position, standard lot size of 0.8, then a lot size of 0.8. XAUSD, that's the market. What was the instrument here? Okay, so what we're looking, okay, this is a 1. I can already tell that we were looking at a 1 here. This is a 1, but wait. This is more of a 1.2. I remember because I was looking at these, the formation of these, how these were kept being broken, right? This is more like a 1.2, but I'm gonna keep it as a 1 for now. I'm gonna keep it as a 1. But when I took that trade, I took it as a 1.2. I took that trade as a 1.2. So obviously, if the confirmation is not on the 5 minute, then it's on the 1 minute. And you see exactly what I just said with Wednesday's trade. This is why I don't want to really consider this stop loss entry thing. You see what would have happened had I not taken this exactly according to my strategy and entered at stop loss. I would have missed this trade. So that is another reason why I don't want to consider the stop loss entry thing too much. That's another reason why I don't want to consider the stop loss entry thing too much. Right? And then the forecast, bearish. Why am I looking at a downtrend so much? I wonder why I'm looking at downtrends so much. Okay, so what was that? Our entry 3361, 3361. And then our stop loss, what was our stop loss? Obviously 3361 plus 8 is 3369. 3369, that was our stop loss. What was our take profit? Our take profit, I think this was our first take profit, 3329, 3329. And our second take profit was like really large. Our second take profit was probably somewhere here. That's 3329. That's 3295. 3295. That was our second take profit. Our stop loss, no, we didn't hit our stop loss, so we didn't really lose anything. Wait, my bad. Let me put 0. No. Let me put that. We didn't lose anything. Our take profit was TP2. That's where we took profit on this trade. Was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a profit. It was a profit. The reason, what was the reason for this? Okay, reason, this was just a good trade. I think this was just a good trade. Yeah, this was just a good trade. Let's just leave it at that. I won't overanalyze. That was just a good trade. Okay, I think here I was trying to emphasize my point about a 3.2, right? You see where we have indicators like that perfectly. We have indicators like that perfectly, creating this zone right here. And then we looked for the first place with the bullish indicator. And then we found that it was that place. This was not my entry. This was just a back testing or current. I wouldn't call it back testing because I don't really call back. So it was just testing. So we would have entered here and we would have taken profit at least there, right? So that was just like me. What's the word I'm looking for? Okay, never mind. Okay, so this was Friday's trade. Right? This looks more like an MMC entry. So MMC, for those who don't know, well, really, like I said, I'm gonna create a video explaining everything that I trade, everything that I know, and it won't be long. I'll try my best to not make it long. So this looks more like an MMC where we have the footprint and we have the first layer line, right? And then we entered off of that confirmation. I think at this point I just entered a bit too late. Yeah, I think I entered a bit too late. So obviously if it's not on the 5 minute, it's on the 1 minute. So yeah. So okay, let's go. Let me journal this thing down. This was Friday, right? Friday, the 09th, right? Friday was the 9th. Okay, I'll check that later, but I think it was the 9th of May. 9th of May 25. Obviously our standard lot size 0.8, market XAUUSD. You know, honestly speaking, with all the knowledge that I've gained from trading XAUUSD, I am considering going back to US30, but we'll see. So instrument, this was MMC. This is an MMC. This is not a one. This is not a one. This is MMC. This is MMC. This is not a one. A one. I'll explain what a one is on that video that I'm saying I'll drop. So time frame 1 minute confirmation. Seems like 1 minute is a very good time frame to find confirmations. Session. Obviously, this was a New York session. Obviously, this was a New York session, and then the forecast. The forecast was bullish this time. Bullish. Our entry was, my bad, entry 339. Oh yeah, 09. Yeah, well, 3339. 3339. That was our entry. What was our stop loss? Obviously, if our entry was 3339, that means our stop loss. Okay, but wait, this is gonna be different because we're not adding 9, we're subtracting 9. So 3330, right? 3330, somewhere there, more or less, somewhere there, more or less. Okay, our take profit. What was our take profit? Let's do this. What was our take profit? So, damn, why my take profit so big, bro? Okay, anyway, let's do that. That was our TP1 3382. That was our first take profit. Our second take profit was really high. 33. Wait, that's not 33. That's 3435. 3435. That was our second take profit. So how much did the trade hit stop loss? Yes, it did hit stop loss. So I'll say SL. And then what am I looking? Oh yeah, did the trade go into profits? Let's see. Did this trade go into profits? Did this trade go into profits? So you can see there that it did go into profits a bit. That's like 3347. So 47 minus 339. 47 minus 39. So obviously that's like an 8 point, right? 8 point, right? That's 8 points. That's 1-to-1. That's an 8 point. Okay. Plus 8 points, and then was the trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. It was a loss, and the reason, I think, what do you guys think? Why do you think this thing went down? So now here, I need to identify why this thing went down here. I think I'll do that. I'll do that. Wait, can I identify why this thing went down? I don't think I can. I don't see any. I don't visibly see any, like, just like eyeballing it. I don't see a reason why this thing went down. It would be very difficult for me to say. I just don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me just put that right here. I don't know. Okay. So you see, again, had I entered like on this ghost entry, I would have still made a loss, right? So yeah, in conclusion, what am I gonna conclude? I don't know what I'm gonna conclude, bro. But yeah, all I know is that right now I need to clear this trade. I need to clear everything that's here, and I need to be specific about what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping. Yeah, let me end this. Let me end this live and then clear trade, and then I'll clear trade on the new live that I'm about to do right now. And then yeah, let me end this live. Okay, let's do this.